so late show. They're keeping it real. That's how I know I'll always be entertained at the Not So Late Show. The Not So Late Show. The Not So Late Show with Regina.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the third episode of the Not So Late Show with RC. Well. Okay. This week has been all about purpose. First of all, hi. I hope you like the new look. Oh, the setup. I want to talk about the setup as well. We're at a bar today. Maybe somewhere in Hollywood. I don't know. You could like decide. Okay, so this last week has been all about purpose. The purpose of life and all of that. But I tried something new this week. It's the dopamine detox. I didn't do a detox exactly. Mine was about something like a dopamine fast. We all know that the dopamine is a neurotransmitter that helps the brain get motivated to do some activity. And I think the one thing that all of us are lacking right now is probably motivation, because we don't know what to do, where to go, how to do, and all of that. And I tried that, and it was pretty different. It was something that I've never done before. So there was no phone, no Netflix and chill, no emails, no any like music. Oh my God, I think that was the toughest thing to do. The no music bit. Especially when you're quarantining or when you're locked down by yourself. Okay. Anyway, so that was my last week. It was pretty intense. I mean, if there's anyone who's done a dopamine detox out there and want to talk about it, share your experience, please do so. I would love to listen to it. Moving on. So, be it whatever day of this lockdown or just another day from our previous so-called normal lives, the social media has always been abuzz with creative content. There's so many people coming out with so many things like memes, your TikTok videos, or just anything that is relatable and funny. It's probably about the right formula at the right time. Now this boy has actually probably got it right all the time. So let me see some emoji claps for our guest for this evening, Danish Seth. Let me see some emoji claps welcoming him, guys. Come on. It's going to be on any second.
Good evening, or should I say good morning, because it's 12. Thank you very much for having me on your late night show. You look lovely setup.
So do you.
It's very humble.
Really well.
Because you threatened me. You said if I didn't wear good clothes, you wouldn't allow me on your show. And I was like, shit, what do I do? So, to be honest, the bottom
I
is
look like someone who can threaten people.
Threaten? I don't know. I'm just saying. See, the bottom is shorts. And on top, I'm just wearing like this regular whatever coat and I'm sitting down. It's been a while since I've done this myself.
Similar.
Thank you. I'm excited.
You don't know what's in the bottom. Only the top is seen. So only this bit is like all covered up.
If it was just the late show and not the not so late show, I'd probably be standing up and flashing.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't even need details. No. Let's not go that direction.
If you insist, I've got my drink with me, by the way, which is a glass of water. Perfect for the bar.
That's a good thing. You need to be hydrated for this and not.
Contrary to what people would believe, a lot of people think I'm just constantly like, sending it, drinking it. And I'm like, no, man, I don't. Like, so many people
There's enough
messages saying.
There's enough evidence in your videos of you sending it and drinking it and, So
it's always empty, though. It's always empty. I have bottles, but
I don't know what
you're
talking about.
I'm a teetotaler.
Okay,
really?
If you say so.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Okay, so your videos, okay, whatever you put out, your content, very relatable, it's very simple, it's very neat.
Thank you.
No, no jazz. Like it's just you, your phone, your selfie, and holding up a brush and holding up like an empty phone box. So
Hi,
maybe
Regina. How are you doing? Hi. Hi. Can you hear me, Regina? Hello? Hello? Hello?
you came prepared.
No, it's always kept on my office table. These are things that have been lying around over here, but I haven't touched them forever. I haven't spent so much time in my own office at home because I've constantly been on the road for, I don't know, for the last decade, I've just been running around. And then to finally find time and say, okay, this is it. These are the rules. Now, this is how I have to play. What do I do now? And then I just started picking stuff up at home and making content.
So you sound like a very fidgety person. You can't really like sit in one place for too long. You need
My grandfather would always say there needs to be DDT in my pants because the family always thought I was Mr. Ants in Pants, constantly jumping about. I can't sit down. Like you were talking about the dopamine test.
Yeah.
Guess how long I'd survive a dopamine test for?
0.01 seconds.
That's a lot. I'd die before that.
I was trying my best. I was giving it to you.
Thank you. You're very generous, but no, I don't think so. I'd be horrible. I'd be horrible.
By the way, people are complimenting you on your look, huh? Danish, you look great and all of that.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
I need to tell people this. Danish is pretty relatable, right? And this is how relatable he can get. I don't know if you all can see. He's commented on Snoop Dogg's live video saying
Snoop Anna reply
Marty.
Yeah. Always. Snoop Anna is one of us. Snoop Dogg. Always. He's the ultimate chiller.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg.
So you're pretty
I did this. And you know what's happened because of that? Now, a lot of other people sit down on my lives and just start writing stuff like, bro, you have Mahalo. You see how many of them will start writing that now?
Okay.
I'm a horrible influence. Keep your children away from me.
Okay. We will remember to do that. I can't find where I put what I had to do for you, but okay.
Okay, no problem. Take your time.
Okay, so let's start. Let's like do a little brief on who you are and what you started off with. You started off with radio.
No, not really. Sandeep is messaging, bro, you have Mahalo. Sandeep. Bro, you're Mahalo. So I'll tell you how I started, right? I actually started off about a little more than a decade ago, maybe about 11 years ago. I started working at an advertising agency called Saatchi & Saatchi. I used to be a copywriter. But we had to write copy for Anchor Threads and I didn't enjoy that too much. Then I went and joined a channel called Raj Musics. Mind you, it's with an X.
I think I remember this.
I was a producer there and I used to produce this show where you've seen those live shows where they keep saying, TV volume, kadme madi. TV volume.
Were you talking to people?
Down. Please. And then you're talking to like random people like, hello. So what is at home for dinner today? Then that person's like,
in Canada.
Yeah, obviously. Uta kenide and all that stuff. So I was a producer. So there was an anchor who would speak to like whatever, random auto driver, vegetable vendor, housewife, man at work, child, whatever, right? So I used to give her material to speak with them about. That's what producers do, right? You're speaking to them in their ears. Until one day the anchor's father said she couldn't come to work. So she called and said, my father's not allowing me, I can't come. So then I had to be thrown on TV. So I had a bad t-shirt with toothpaste fallen on it. And that was the first time I ever went live on TV. I was pretty terrible. Didn't last that job for too long. Then joined an event company. Did client servicing for 1 year. Worked on Excel sheets and PPTs. And I think that's where the real spark happened. The real fire happened there. Because I realized I was collating presentations with artists who I thought I was better than. It's a little cocky. But I thought it was better. So I said I should be in the presentation, not the guy making the presentation, and that's where this journey started. I did radio in Bahrain, I did radio in Dubai, then I moved back to Bangalore, which is home, Bengaluru now. I moved back, I started working with Fever, and the right people came along to propel and take me forward and support me in every endeavor of mine.
And then you ended up being an actor.
Yeah, actor because nobody else wanted to cast me in their film. So I said, screw it, I'll write my own film. So I sat down with a friend of mine, Saad. We put down Humble Politician Nagraj, and luckily we met Pushkar, Rakshit Shetty, who's another massive deal. He's such a big star. Hemant Rao, who's such an
Oh, you can't
unbelievable.
see that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
from the series. Thank God
No, I have a better.
you
Oh,
can
your
take
face
it
is
down.
covered in this.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so I met them, and then Rakshit Pushkar and Hemant ended up funding my first film, for which I won the best debut actor at SIMA. Thank you. Had to pay a lot for it, but yeah, no, I didn't have to know. I got it. I
That's
was
why you
very
were there
happy.
at that time, huh? Everyone said it was
I
very
was there. It
independent.
was a great experience. It was a fantastic experience. But for
Yeah.
everybody who goes to movie events, my first time, I've never been to one before this. I wanted to host the red carpet, and I have done the red carpet at Filmfare in Bombay at NSCI, and I've gone mad because you're standing outside there. Actors come at their own whims and fancies, and you're just there 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, right? This time around, because I was getting an award, I went there and I thought it would happen fast, but it just kept going on.
Welcome to these award shows. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Get done with this now quickly. And plus, you have these girls dancing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
In your
You
head, you're
won't see
thinking of
these
those,
girls. Hello.
or the boys, and you're thinking in your head of those tacky edits that happen on television, where they stand like that and they're going to put those tacky edits and like, whatever, like fade in, fade out, dissolve and all that shit. I'm sitting and thinking of it that way and I'm cracking up. And then finally, after 5 hours, I got my award and I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Went back and slept like a
half
good
the
boy.
time, everyone is backstage where the party is actually happening. There's no one in the audience.
Yeah, there was a stadium in Doha. It was really nice though. I mean, I've never been to a movie event, and I think in general, movie people are very sweet.
Yeah.
I think they're nice. Yeah, I think they're nice.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So and Mr. Nags was
RCB.
is the
Which city do you live in?
Chennai.
Ah, and you're talking about RCB.
What do you mean?
What's your favorite team? What's your favorite IPL team? I know you do
No,
films in
I'm not.
Hyderabad as
I'm not a
well.
big fan of cricket, though. I don't really.
But if you
watch
had to pick a team, would it be?
Chennai only. You know, I had to tell you. So, I mean, this is funny.
Did you just say Chennai Super Kings to like the mascot / content man of RCB? Be an RCB fan, no? I know we'll win. We'll win. We're very optimistic people.
Whatever.
See, Isala Cup Namde. Boys are already writing it over here. Yeah, Mr. Nags happened again beautifully. I was doing an improv show with the team that I work with called the Improv. And somebody from RCB happened to be at that show. They put 2 and 2 together because my prank calls were already all over the place. So they said, this is the boy. That's the talent. Let's put it together. Let's do Mr. Nags. And that's how Mr. Nags happened. And it's been 6 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a pretty long time. Pretty long time. I told someone the other day, I think the coolest message I've received is from someone saying, I used to hear you in school. I heard you on the first day of my job, on my way to the first day, at my job. And now I'm quarantined and I still listen to you. So it's amazing how long I've been around, right? Like I would have never imagined such longevity, never.
Yeah, that's
Never.
that's really good. And
Thank you. That's my sister.
yeah, this is from.
Thank you. This is so sweet. You actually put this together. Yeah, that's Kubra and me. So we were featured on Humans of Bombay. That's the shoot which we were doing there, the one below, and that's her holding me in her arms.
Yeah.
Which is why I always say Kubra is more than just an older sibling. She's also like a second parent. Very sweet. I'm very fortunate that I've had 2 women raise me and 2 very strong women raise me. My mom and Kubra, great resolve, and even if I wasn't related to them by blood, and if I was just an outsider, I'd still have the same amount of admiration I have for them now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Speaking of,
it's
Sandeep
lovely.
had asked previously in the comments, if you and Kubra got into a fight, who would actually win?
Kubra.
Is that you just being nice on camera, or is that actually the truth?
No, it's her. She's the older sibling. I can't. I can only push those many buttons. Anything more, and then it goes to Mama. There, you see? Look at her strength and look at mine. Look at it right there.
And she's always holding you. She's always carrying you. She's always like.
Always. I'm either on her back or I'm in. Yeah, always. Always. That's us again?
Yeah.
Jeez, how did you get this one? This is a really bad shirt that I'm wearing.
Just
You had
had to
some
show people
really.
your Marwadi collection.
the ugly days continue.
I might have a Marwadi wedding backdrop, but you seem to have some really nice Marwadi shirts going on there. Collection is
Yeah,
good.
man, I have Sate in my name. I have to at least behave it for like 5 minutes, no?
Well,
Promise you, just one
lived
photo
up
and then I
to
took my shirt off. I promise you I did that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
today your mom made a little debut in your
Video.
video. But
Yeah, she
it's
did.
not the first time she's made a debut in something that you've done. She also came in the film. She had.
Yeah, and she's there in Pushpavali as well. And you know, look at that. That's Mama. That's Mama
Yeah.
there on the left. That's
Yeah.
Kubra, and that's me. Yeah, she's fun. You know, my mom is so good with impersonations. When we were kids, especially me, I used to love going and telling her to impersonate people. Mama was so good with it. And you know, I always credit her and I tell her, I think it's genetic. The madness has to come from somewhere. And I think she's the OG mad one. Yeah.
It's in the genes.
She's the mad one. She's really the mad one. Yeah. Wow, what amount of research. Lovely.
There's another member of the family.
My baby. She just removed his najar right now. That's my baby Red. Like, damn excited talking about that. He's there inside. Yeah, that's Red. Red is 7 years old. I picked him up when he was really tiny. I went and picked him up in my Santro, my first car that I bought with my own money, and he's been there since then. I think a massive part of my luck and good fortune. I think this little angel brings in my life. Like I love him to bits. I love him to bits. He's adorable. In fact, just now, like literally before I got on this live, somebody reached out to me and said we'd like to feature him as the fur buddy of the week. I said that's excellent. Please, I'll send you his pictures tomorrow. So I'm going to do a little photo shoot with him tomorrow.
Yeah, he looks like someone who likes doing photo shoots.
Yeah, he's quite a doll. Yeah, he's quite a doll. Yeah. He's there in my video as well. I used him in my video as well.
Yeah, he's come quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah.
In a little veshti. Lungi.
Yeah. That's not a veshti, that's actually a towel. And I was going for a shower, and that's Didi. Yeah, that's my sister. Yeah, that's my sister on the left, and that's me. Yeah, that's me.
Too cute.
Yeah, that's me. We had a pretty good childhood, you know, and I think both of us were very naughty, but I mean, props to mom for putting up with the madness. You know, I'll tell you a really fun story, and my sister is an absolute star now, but she was crazy back in the day. She kicked me onto the boiler. You remember the boilers with which you would boil water? We didn't have geysers at home back then.
Yeah.
It is a quintessential brass boiler which you put water into, plug it in, and then it'll heat up, right? My sister kicked me onto that and burnt my butt. For real. Mama came home and I was just in tears. I'm not telling her anything. It was really small. She said, if you tell Mama, I will burn the other butt cheek as well. And I was just crying. And Mama's like, come sit on my lap. I'm like, no. Mama's like, sit over here next to me. I'm like, no. Finally, my mom opens it and sees, oh my God. Then in that same towel, she wrapped me around. She had a kinetic Honda. I stood in the front, holding it like that. Mama took me to the doctor and then I got myself treated. So my sister, yeah, she's been a pain in the ass.
Speaking of which, I think I should play this.
Can't hear, but she's saying some stuff, isn't she?
Oh, you can't hear at all?
Why can't
Now? Okay, wait, let me play that again.
What's she saying? Can you hear her?
Oh, you can't hear her at all?
No.
No. Shucks.
Okay, summarize what she said.
Okay, I will. So,
You got a video from my sister.
yeah, she sent you a video.
How sweet.
I'll
Thanks
send
very
it to you.
much. This is turning into Gina Isi Ka Naam Hai with Farooq Sheikh. I'm going to start crying now.
Okay, so basically she spoke about how, sometimes she also, although you're the younger one, she comes to you for advice and you give her the most random romantic advice.
You know, the thing about romance and love is we're all good when it's about other people and we're just shit when it comes to ourselves. right?
I got
And that's
yeah.
exactly why you'll find most people making shit decisions, but telling the others, bro, listen, your decision is bad. My sister and I have a fine balance. There are times when I need her and she needs me, but we end up just balancing each other's madness out somehow, you know. Sometimes she's the wise one, sometimes I'm the wise one, sometimes I'm all over the place and she picks me up. In fact, I remember about 1.5, 2 years ago when I was going through this absolute like mad time. I was going through like a crazy time with mental health problems and blah 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 blah. And my sister was the first one to identify it, and she was the one who recommended and said I should go see a therapist. And I have never really refuted what she says. I tend to kind of understand where she's coming from. So I think she saved my life, and I say this all the time. She saved my life.
That's
She
so
did.
sweet. That's
Yeah,
so sweet.
yeah. Now they talk about guardian angels. I think it's mom at one end and Kubra at the other. I'm fine. I'm safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you suck at anything?
Do I suck at anything?
Yeah.
Dancing.
Yeah? 2 left feet?
Fuck. I'm an octopus with freaking some 7 left feet.
I hope. Oh, okay. So you can't really see this little thing, but it's on his Instagram profile, guys. This is a little bio data that
CV,
Danish
curriculum vitae,
yeah,
resume.
okay, his CV that he put out, mentioned
Yeah.
all the skills that he has, and in the end he says notable skills, can say 1-2 jokes. Okay,
Yeah,
he
1-2
can
jokes.
observe. Pardon?
Yeah, 1-2 jokes. That's right. Just 1 or 2.
Yeah, just 1 or 2.
Look at
okay?
this. We've finished about 10 broadcasts. I've said nothing funny so far. People are like bored already.
Are you?
Yeah, I suck at dancing. I suck at cooking. I can't cook. I'm just terrible at a lot of things. Also, the biggest problem that I have is the attention span of a sparrow. Like I'm so like wired all the time. It takes me a while to switch off. Just constantly at it, it's that. And a lot of people around me get very troubled by me. Like when I'm on the phone, it's almost like an announcement because 25 people know I'm walking around them talking. It's like that. In fact, I remember this really dear friend of mine called Nikhil Sosle, who heads RCB. He told me, fix a bunch of cameras in your house. I would really like to see how you get through quarantine, because you just can't sit at home.
You'll be like a hyperlapse
So I do
video.
suck at a bunch of things.
You'll be like all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always. Yeah.
Might as well like do something different. Let's play a game. Okay?
Okay. Did you just say you're getting bored?
You said you're getting bored.
Did you say you're getting bored?
You said you're
I'm
getting
not bored, Papa. No, I'm getting old.
bored.
Old, bored. What are you saying? What did you say, beta? I can't hear you. Repeat again.
How old are you?
Okay. Yeah, I've been there for a while. Yeah.
Never have I ever. You ready?
Okay. Never have I ever.
If it's I have, you
Yeah.
nod like
Yeah.
this, and if it's
Yeah.
whatever. Okay.
Okay. Let's go. Okay.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Never have I ever drunk called an ex.
Thank God, even she was drunk.
Never
Yeah.
have I ever hooked up with a fan. Why was that 2 seconds of thought? Never have
No,
I
and then I introduced them to my work. The thing is, me, I'm a compulsive salesman, so I don't know when I'm selling what to whom. That's the problem. Maybe they became. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that at that. Yeah. Yeah.
Never have I ever Googled myself.
All the fucking time. I'm a self-obsessed, narcissistic, Fool.
Self-obsessed.
That's
You're like,
I have. That's my homepage. My homepage is my own name. I know who's saying what about me. I know why they're saying stuff. I know who's abusing me, who's not. Yeah.
So you know it. You're very self-aware.
I'm self-aware, but I don't Google myself that often. Maybe twice a day.
Question was if you do. No one wants to know how many times a day. Okay, never have I ever given someone a fake phone number.
I have all the time. Every time I enter a building, I write the wrong number on that register because it's not like the security guard checks. And our security system in this country is so dumb. You just have one guy saying, kahan jana hai? Sir, ye flat number. Acha, oh, likh do book mein. You can write anything. I've written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, phone number. I've written wrong time. I've called myself Raju, Tommy, Bunty, anything that I feel like in the mood for. So I've been dubious more than a couple of times with phone numbers.
Okay. Never have I ever, whether in school, college, or even now, snuck a girl into my house.
I don't have to sneak them in.
Okay. So that's a no.
I get them home if they.
Elaborate, you can. I mean, like, please go ahead. Everyone wants to know. Please.
Let's move to the next question, please. My neck.
Oh, no.
Next question, please.
Okay, that's about it for never have I
That's
ever.
it.
You seem to want to elaborate, and then when you start, you seem like it's a bad idea too. So
No, it's not. I never have to sneak them in because my mother was never going to allow me. I'll tell you what.
I want to make my guests feel at home. You know what I mean? Since you're there.
No, sir, I'll tell you. See, when my mother was there, I could never sneak them in because my mother was never comfortable with the idea. Okay?
That's why.
And now that I live by myself, I don't have to sneak them in. I can just welcome them. Can you send some people home? It'd be lovely.
You know what?
Can you send people home? I'm asking you.
What do I look like to you to send people to you?
I don't know. You've got like some fancy like thing all on your head. I don't know. Maybe I have connection.
Where am I?
You look like Queen of Sheba. Queen of Sheba wants you to go to Danish's home now, and then they just follow. No. So.
Trust me. Now that you've said this, do not be surprised if someone comes knocking on your door tomorrow morning because you said this on the show.
Actually, right now it's not very safe. Social distancing is very important.
Okay. Okay then. So then I can't send you anyone also, even if you want. Okay. Okay. Next game. Okay. This is interesting. It's called the Wheel of Musical Impersonation.
Okay.
Okay. So you pick a song of your liking, and you start singing, and then I will I'll say a person's name, someone who you know, and you have to sing the song like them. Very easy.
Okay. We can try.
Yeah, we can try. You've never done this before?
No.
Okay, so it's always a first.
Thank you, Regina, for getting me to try something new.
You're welcome, Danish. Shall we go on?
Okay. So let's try then. Okay, okay. 8 seconds, no? Okay, let's go.
Ready?
मुसाफिर हूँ यारो ना घर है ना ठिकाना
Sing as प्यारी पत्नी.
मुसाफिर हो यारो ना घर है ना ठिकाना मुझे चलते जाना है
गोपाल
बस चलते जाना मुसाफिर हो यारो ना घर है ना ठिकाना
As your mom.
मुझे चलते
As your mom.
Who?
Your mom.
Oh, there's a music interlude, so we'll start again. That's my mom.
Yeah.
फिर हो यारो ना घर है ना ठिकाना. My mother would probably, yeah, she sings okay actually. Tite, musafir, o dede, ना घर है ना है स्कॉच ब्राइट, मुझे बर्तन धोना है, कपड़ा आयन करना दीदी. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Half of them have probably run away already.
Everyone's loving it. Everyone thinks you're great. I mean, singing really well. Okay, so
thank you. You know, I had Sangeeta class when I was in school. I went to a boarding school and we had Sangeeta class there. Where one old lady would come and tell us, "Okay, makle banni iga haadadu hedi kodtini."
Well, hats off
Tell
to
me.
her. She actually
What's
got
next?
you sing pretty well. Okay. I think that's about it. I think you should then get off my show now. No, I'm joking.
The show is done.
Yeah. You don't wanna be done?
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, this was fun.
Okay. I mean, okay. Actually, one last thing. Okay. So,
No, I'm kidding. You have another question, yeah? Huh?
Everyone's been really excited to have you on the show, to get to know you better and all
I've,
of that.
I've been equally excited as well. I'll tell you why, Regina, because this is one of the few lives that I've seen where you actually pull up like pictures, there are graphics, there's the effort to put up like decor, you know, for you to dress up, for you to tell your guests to dress up, because I just feel like a lot of lives otherwise are just the same thing. तो बताओ क्या चल रहा है quarantine में, कुछ नहीं चल रहा है. I'm like, अरे यार, everyone knows that. Everyone's life is the same.
Yeah, I do not
Like,
want
come
to
on, something new, please.
No,
Yeah.
everyone knows what you're
Okay,
doing.
tell me, what is...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
we have one last question. You're
yeah.
set.
Okay, it's not a question. It's so like I said, everyone's very excited to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, and they
Yeah.
wanted to express their love and everything to you. So one girl, I'm not going to mention names. One girl said, "Thank you, Danish, for making this Corona team oh so entertaining for us. Taking the mundane and turning it into humor is exactly what we need in a time like this. You have become my quarantine crush. My heart bleeds for you."
That's very sweet. Thank you very much.
All right. And then there's another
That's very sweet.
Thank you for bringing in all this humor and giving us a reason to laugh during these trying times. You're next level da. You obviously know that's coming from Chennai, okay?
Yeah, that is. Yeah. No, even Bangalore isn't dark. Yeah. There's another one?
There's another friend who sent this is pretty emotional. He said, every time I need to get out of a bad mood or if I'm low, all I need to do is listen to his prank calls and watch his videos.
I just have one wish for your friend. May I run out of business. May I have no one listening to me, because all I wish you is happiness and a good mood all the time. I hope you never need me. And it's been incredible for me as well to just be at home and to do all of this, and the kind of love and support, and it's amazing what people do. They just walk into your life, they contribute, they give you so much energy. You take all of that, and what do you do with it? You either make it constructive or you just destroy yourself. And I think by the grace of God, I've managed to put it all together. So thank you very much, Regina, for considering me worthy of being on your show. This has been lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome, humble Danish Seth.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure as well. Thank you for getting here, entertaining us, and being yourself.
Thanks. See you. Bye. Good night, everybody. Time to get out of these clothes now, and we'll get back in my
back in
right now. Okay, the slow striptease while I leave, and goodbye, everybody. Okay, no, that's it.
Bye. Okay, guys. So that was the first segment of the show. Let's do this. For the second segment of the show, my playlist, it's called Jukebox Mama. having some technical issues. Okay, so for this first song, come together.
All you're doing is watching it.
And the third song for the night is, this is my favorite. I don't think I can go through my playlist without having Tin Liquor and I hope all you guys enjoy the show. Okay, so and that is Jukebox Mama. So moving on to the last segment of the show, I'll choose them. I trust that everyone is doing their bit at a time like this, helping people around who are in need. My friend Roshni and along with Sadhana Prasad and Murugan have started something small in Vyasarpadi, which is a district in Chennai, they're helping people, they're helping the daily wage residents get their basic essentials. And I'm going to play a little video for you guys to see what exactly we're doing. Can you still not hear, guys? Can you hear me now? Can you hear the video now? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on and get Roshni on the live to tell us, what she's been doing with this whole thing and how all of y'all can contribute as well. Roshni. There you go. Where's Roshni? Roshni. Hello. Okay, so while we are waiting for Roshni, I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Had a lot planned, and I think I was able to get it all in. And I need to tell you, so this set was done by Laya Krishnaraj and Anushka, my neighbor, so cutely. We sat and did all of this. Everyone was pretty excited for the show today, so. Hello.
Hi.
Can I hear you? Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. This is Roshni, and
What's up?
she's going to explain to you what she's been doing in this during this phase. Roshni, take it away.
Okay, I think we also missed the audio of the video
Yeah.
and we couldn't hear you properly, so I'm just gonna quickly run through that.
Yeah.
Basically, Murugan, who's a friend of Sadhna and mine, lives in Vyasapadi, and we had met him and worked with him the first week of March this year. And so obviously when the lockdown happened, Sadhna was just checking on him and asking him if things were all right in his area and with him, which then led to him just telling us about maybe a handful of families that he would like to help in his own like residential area. And Vyasapadi is like one of the biggest slums in like Chennai and India, in fact. So what started off as just like being a small project to help a friend has now grown to a much larger scale because we're identifying more families who need help. So the process has sort of changed as well. Initially, we started with just 80 families that he had identified, and we raised the funds rather quickly. And with just friends and family, I hadn't like asked anyone else, and it was really, really nice of everyone to contribute. Post which, while helping out these widowed and differently abled people, he identified that there are much
The
more
first
than just
cluster
that.
of people were just widows and differently able people.
Yeah, so you could say it's single parents. So we've taken, in fact, a lot of people in Vyasapadi are the lower income, the lowest, like under poverty line. So even within that, we took those that are either single parent, living alone, or differently abled, where they're unable to go to work. So there's no way they can earn money. So the first 80 was only that, like it was straight up just helping them.
Okay.
And then we realized that obviously there are other lower income people that require help as well. So,
And how long are you helping them for then? Like, what is it that you're providing them with?
so it depends though. So it covers the first batch of the kids had like 10 kilos of rice and oil and wheat and stuff, which still lasts some of them because they're like 1 or 2 people max. So a lot of them still have the rations, and we're actually keeping track of what's happening with them. When it's larger families, it lasts for maybe like 12 to 15 days, and not more than that. So it depends. We're trying to see as much as we can help each resident who's living there. So
Okay. And like if someone has to contribute, like how do we contribute? Like what do we do?
Yeah, so the first two phases was very simple. Like we sent it out to friends and family. The second phase, in fact, we went a little bit online where we just shared it with social media. I made a video which got a little bit of a few more views and stuff. But now we realize that since we're identifying more, like we have another 200 that's already ready with background check being done. Um, we realized that obviously these numbers can't stop. So the last phase, we're leaving it open ended. We're going to keep posting like my account details, and it's very transparent. Like I just directly send the money to the store in Vyasatpadi who helps us. I send the money to the NGO that helps us with the masks. And anything extra in terms of like petrol for the boys who are distributing, medical supplies for them, because we need to ensure that they're good as well. All of that, I either go there personally and hand it to them, or I transfer it to Murugan, who's on ground leading it. So we have a very nice group of like almost 10 boys led by Murugan, and they're all like law students, and they also all live there, so handling everything. You should see the Excel sheets there, like they send us. It's incredible the work Murugan's doing, and like this won't be possible without him, and we're just like glad to support a friend. That's all it is.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. So that's good. That's. I hope you get people to like contribute and stuff.
Yeah, so I think we're also
you-
trying to
you-
reach out to larger entities now. So let's see.
Yeah. And how much do you say? How much is each kit bag?
So we're doing the current kits we're doing cost about $950, which include rice, dal, oil, wheat, onion, tomato, potato, chili powder, like everything. A hand wash, the packaging for it, and 4 masks, depending on how many members of the family there are as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically each kit.
Okay, that's pretty good. And so if and this one kit lasts for how long? Like
So if it's a smaller family, it's about 20 odd days. If it's a larger family, then about 12 to 15 days.
so 950 rupees worth of your basic essentials can last the family for
About 20 days if it's no, and they're also being careful considering they understand, they don't know when they're going to get back to work. So people are saying that 17th the lockdown should be like over in Tamil Nadu and they can get back to work. So we're not yet launching the 1 month sort of packs yet. We're trying to go ahead with these kits. But I guess if the lockdown continues, we might have to do like larger kits for longer time per family. But that's a call we're going to take maybe on 15th or 16th based on what our state government says.
Okay. Okay, cool. So
And I think Abhi asked how to donate. I can just send the details, or like it'll be on.
it's on my
page.
story anyway today. So if any of you want to know more about it,
Thank you for that.
then you're welcome. And if you want to know more about it, please go check my story from today, and you'll see what you can do. Yeah, and you can contact Roshni on kumar.roshni, right? Is that
Yeah, so I had to make a public profile just to ensure I can reach larger numbers. So it's kumar.roshni for now, but
So it's kumar.roshneee. That's her
Yes.
Instagram profile. You can contact her on that.
so the public account can be reached out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks so
Roshni.
much. This was like scary, and thank you for not telling me to dress up. I was like, I'm going to work and doing this.
I make sure that all my guests dress up like.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the rest of us don't need to do much.
I guess if you want to, next time I might just ask you to.
No, and like there's no next time. Next episode is later.
Well, I
After
do hope
lockdown,
I-
we go live on TV.
You never know. But I do hope that you guys get to help more people because very few of you are doing this out there. And yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
coming over and sharing.
Thanks so much, Tina. I don't know how to leave this.
Put you- okay, guys, so that's pretty much a wrap of the show. Before I go, I really want to thank Instagram for actually giving us this little platform, for making it easier for all of us to come together. Thank you, Mr. Morseri. hats off to you. And maybe you should actually try some virtual backgrounds. You know what I mean? Wouldn't have my set designer would probably lose her job. No, but I mean it'll be a cool thing, you know. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's show as much as I enjoyed like hosting it. And I will see y'all next Sunday with another guest. And keep that life purposeful. Love you. Bye.